My name is Owen Corin.
And I'm EJ Evans. Yesterday, the Franklin Committee held a press conference. The topic at hand? Well, let's hear from Representative Cecile and his colleagues on the matter.
It is my privilege to share with you a new vital piece of legislation, House Bill 4891, the Spilled Tea Protection Act. And if they attempt to cancel our cancellation, why, we will cancel back even harder.
My name is Representative Rhonda DeSanctioned, and I fully support House Bill 4891, the Spilled Tea Protection Act, to prevent this egregious oppression, repression, compression, and suppression that is affecting our citizens' daily lives. For our most egregious repeat offenders, they must attend our program focused on truth, justice, and a lot more truth. This will include courses on the importance of truth in media, how to discover right from wrong, and an extensive writing course specifically focused on punctuation and grammar, and how to properly use the Oxford comma.
Representative Pazder, what did you think about the bill that was presented at the press conference today?
I personally will not be voting in support of the Spilt Tea Act. Certain comments made were definite parallels to dystopian societies frequently espoused as the stereotypical dystopia of a socialist society.
So you don't agree with what they said today at all?
I do agree that something should be done about cancel culture. I believe that this situation is far too severe of a response. And certain wordings indicated a more corrupt agenda undercutting their points.
So, Senator Walters, what did you think of this bill? Did you support or oppose it?
You know, I think, and I speak for everyone on Justice Blue here, because I am their spokesperson, that I support this bill wholeheartedly.
Can you give some specific situation?
Well, I've had personal experience with people trying to silence my views because they think they're too radical, but I think that they're just not receptive. And when they say, "Oh, we're so encompassing and we want to make you feel you're welcomed," I don't feel welcomed with their ideals.
This is Liberty Price from the News Network. I have a question. Aren't you participating in cancel culture through enacting this bill?
Typical liberal media bias, ladies and gentlemen. That as we stand here to protect true patriots from cancel culture, they attempt to cancel us in the midst of our own press conference. I will not have it.
It will be a busy week in the House as representatives begin the long process of analyzing and debating their bills. Caucus members from Adams, Jefferson, and Washington are all preparing for their lobbying session, which will take place tomorrow in Lansing. I had the opportunity to meet with some of these representatives and discuss how they plan on arguing their bills.
I am with Washington Blue, the opposing caucus to Washington Green. I'm going to start out here with Hannah, and I also have Gideon with me as well today, supporting the Washington Blue caucus. Hannah, I'm going to start with you. What bill are you supporting?
We're supporting the right to try. So we've been meeting together and meticulously looking through all of the pros and cons to this. We're trying to answer all the questions that voters may have, and we're putting it together to create the most informed speeches we can.
What bill are you in opposition of?
Well, hey, Owen, we are in opposition of the Compensation for Wrongful Imprisonment Act. Our team, it sees a lot of ambiguity in the bill that it doesn't talk about where the funding's going to come from, how that funding's going to be given. So we see that ambiguity, and we want to focus on that, and that's why we oppose it.
What bill are you supporting?
I am supporting the Safe Haven bill. Well, we have been anticipating all the arguments that the other team has been thinking and thinking of rebuttals.
And what is your motivation for supporting this bill?
Well, this bill is going to definitely help a lot of children who would otherwise be unsafely abandoned, and this way they're taken care of.
What bill are you supporting?
We are supporting the wrongful imprisonment compensation bill. We're definitely just trying to go over what the possible different opposing arguments could be and how we can counter those.
Awesome. And then what's your motivation for your position this year?
My motivation is definitely just to learn more about government in general and just be able to present my bill on Friday.
What bill are you opposing?
We are opposing the right to try bill.
Awesome. And then what is the strategy coming into this right to try bill? How are you planning on opposing that?
Well, we're planning on opposing it by first we're anticipating the arguments, and then we're trying to get a full understanding of the bill and really why this bill shouldn't be passed. All the lack of structure and stuff like that.
The representatives will be meeting for a press conference this afternoon. We will continue to update you on all of the events unfolding in the House here on Lead News Network and our daily paper, The Leader.
The representatives aren't the only ones busy this week with legislation. Senators from Liberty, Freedom, and Justice caucuses are analyzing and rewriting their own bills this week. We had the chance to talk with some of these senators on their strategies for this week's event.
I'm Owen Korn with Lead News Network, off-site here with my friend Josh, and we're just going to talk a little bit about his bill here. Josh, what has been your favorite part of SSI so far?
I will have to confess that the food is amazing. The cafeteria here runs pretty swell. But also, I do like analyzing things, so that too.
Yeah, that definitely is a fun part, but the food is where it's at right there. Why should we oppose the bill that you are opposing?
Well, I can explain as quickly as I can. But essentially, the death penalty, it makes exceptions for the mentally handicapped as well as minors. I mean, such individuals don't have such a good understanding, and they're completely incapable of understanding the consequences. Therefore, it's completely cruel for such to be punished.
What has been your favorite part of SSI so far?
My favorite part is definitely the free time. I love going to the gym whenever it's open, and playing basketball is always a highlight.
Basketball is the sport of all sports, in my opinion. Don't quote me on that. Tell the audience at home why we should be in opposition of this bill.
Modifying term limits is just a horrible idea overall. The whole point of the United States is that we're not being run by a tyrant, and giving someone that much time in office is just ridiculous. We don't need that.
Why do you support your bill?
I support this bill because I think that the venue gets more money. Because if more people are buying more tickets, if those tickets wouldn't necessarily sell to the venue, they're still being bought by other people. So even if nobody's sitting there, the money has been made and the venue is making money.
Eric, I gotta ask, what has been your favorite part of SSI so far?
Well, I really enjoy writing these speeches and going over the bills.
Yeah, definitely a fun thing to do. Just get a chance to meet your caucus members, stuff like that. Why should we be in support of your bill to ban cell phone usage?
Well, if you're using a cell phone in a vehicle, you could get distracted and cause a crash. When you cause a crash, you could do potential property damage or even physical harm to another person, and nobody wants that.
What has been your favorite part of SSI so far?
Well, I really liked the chapel on Monday. It was a meaningful sermon, and we sang some great songs. It was a great fellowship moment for me.
Indeed. It was an amazing chance to be able to worship our God in such a great setting. Tell the audience out there why they should vote on Friday to support medical parole.
Well, there are prisoners in Michigan who are medically frail. They maybe have mental issues. Maybe they have physical health issues. They can't support themselves. They need more help than we're currently giving them. And so by putting these prisoners in medical facilities, by giving them the medical parole, we can ensure that these American prisoners are still being given the proper treatment that they need.
In other news, lawyers prepare for an all-out battle in the courts as they prepare for the case involving the death of a certain Frank Howe. The defendant, Pat Smith, is being charged with second-degree murder. We had the chance to talk with members of both legal teams to get their thoughts on this important trial.
This is Rebecca Michkowski. Can you explain the case in a little more detail?
So a man was exiting a grocery store at a little bit of a hurry. He was in a hurry to get somewhere, and a security guard assumed that he was shoplifting when he exited, so he chased the man down. The man reached into his pocket to pull out his receipt, but the security guard interrupted him by hitting him in the chest and knocking him down with a very powerful blow. This maybe stopped his heart, and once he was down on the ground, the security guard, instead of trying to incapacitate him or arrest him, he instead hit him again. And when emergency services and the police arrived, he was already dead.
What side of the case are you on?
We are going to be trying Pat Smith on the alleged homicide of Frank Howe. and whether or not he did or did not commit murder.
Why do you think you will win this case?
It's not really about winning for us. It's about justice for the accused. We are doing our best to defend him and why we believe that he did not do what he did, murdering Frank Howe, that is. So yeah.
What motivated your choice of prosecuting this case?
Well, I'm a district attorney and it's my job.
In what could be a case which determines how religion is viewed in Michigan, counselors will be headed to the U.S. Supreme Court Friday to argue whether the pledge goes against the First Amendment of religious freedom. The question at hand is whether the phrase "under God" establishes only one religion and takes away the religious freedom granted in the First Amendment. Stay with us throughout the week as we'll continue to update you on the situation. Turning to our weather report, we have some fantastic weather in store for us this afternoon. Expect partly cloudy weather with some beautiful sunshine, with highs reaching 87 degrees with lows of 61 degrees. Representatives and senators heading to Lansing tomorrow, y'all might want to bring an umbrella. Expect rain throughout the afternoon with the high at 75 degrees and the low at 63 degrees. But with the weather looking fantastic today, it's the perfect day for our annual Feats of Strength competition. Kingdoms from around the world will compete in the fun and engaging events which were made famous each and every year in order to reach the ultimate reward as champion of the world. I was able to sit down with Amy Chauvin, Game Master of Feats of Strength, plus other participating athletes, and an ADC to talk about what they expect this afternoon.
What games are we expected to see today in the Feats of Strength?
Well, we have 2 slated, and then Senate is going to decide the 3rd later today. We have Ping Pong Ball Frenzy, which is a bit of a relay to collect 10 ping pong balls first. We have Metamorphosis, which is a competitive rock, paper, scissors with levels to it. And then Scattergories, which is just the game of Scattergories, finding something that fits every category but starts with the same letter.
This is Cozy Janowak reporting with Jordan DeMacario about the upcoming Feats of Strength. Jordan, what are you looking forward to most during this new competition?
It's a hard question because there are so many things. The first thing I think would be the chants. The chants are always very inspiring and fun every time. I remember last year there was one about death. Everyone remembered that, and I still remember that. Went right to the heart. So hopefully we have another one of those iconic chants this year.
You know, in years past and times past, my favorite parts of the Feats of Strength really are watching the cheers. Not just watching the cheers, but watching the progression of the cheers. You know, they're trying to figure these things out. And the best ones seem to be the ones where everybody is fight, 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 kill, 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 something like that. And then they rush at you. And that it just sends me through the roof. I like those the most. I vote for those.
Is this because you've been in the military?
You know, I think probably not. I think it's just a guy thing. I really enjoy that kind of thing.
Are you excited for the games, even though you have no idea what to expect?
I am, which kind of makes me more excited because I have no idea what to expect. So,
do you have faith in the people that are going to be on your team, even though you don't know them?
Not at all. No, not at all. No faith.
What do you think the deeper meaning of Feats of Strength is?
Ooh. I think definitely connecting with others is a very big reason why they do it, because you have to work together with other people that you really have no idea who they are. It's like the first time you get to really know them. So I think just working together with people you don't know, and also allows different skills and talents to shine. A lot of people that come to this camp don't come here to show off their athletic abilities or anything, but you really get to see people who are athletes shine in this way, even if they don't get to necessarily with giving a speech or whatnot. So it allows people's different talents and skills to shine.
The Feats of Strength begin at 1 o'clock in the Clock Tower courtyard. Make sure to check the lead office to make sure you know what team you're on, and make sure to grab your kingdom's flag.
Get ready to do the hokey pokey and turn yourself around, because Wednesday at 9:30 through 10:35 we will be having the talent show. Sign-ups will be at the entrance of the cafeteria. Sing, dance, do a skit, whatever. Impress us with your talent this coming Wednesday.
Quick reminders, the gym will be open tonight from 9:15 to 10:10 p.m. This will be the last night that the gym will be open, so bring your sneakers, bring your basketballs, and check it out. I know that's where I'll be. Finally, make sure that you sign up for the auditions for the talent show soon. Slots are limited and fill up fast. Well, that's all the time we have for today, folks. Good luck to all them participants for the Feats of Strength. For Lead News Network, I'm Owen Corin.
And I'm EJ Evans. Have a great day.